How would you like to generate 10, 20, even 30 new migration clients every single month on demand and with predictability? Imagine putting a system in place that generates predictable migration clients every month and is similar to a light switch. You can turn it on and turn it off by simply flipping a switch, and you know it'll get the desired result. Most migration agents out there rely on a thing I call hope marketing. It goes like this. They wake up, get to their desk, get down on one knee, and they pray to God that their phone rings. Few migration agents can actually say, when I hit the light switch, those new clients come pouring in every month. So in the next few minutes, I will share with you a 3-step system that will turn this light switch on and start bringing you more clients every month with consistency. My name is Anukul Manchanda, founder and CEO of StandUpDigital.com. Our mission is to help migration agents, consultants, lawyers, and firms gain a competitive advantage and consistency with their client acquisition efforts. Personally, I've been in the digital marketing space for over 10 years with a core focus of helping businesses get clients. Now let's show you exactly how to get a predictable system for generating quality migration clients for your migration business. There's essentially 2 things needed for success: targeting individuals who need to solve their migration visa-related issue, and a system that will predictably target and convert these individuals into appointments and paying clients. Okay, step 1 of predictable client acquisition system is to optimize your website and key service pages for lead generation. Did you know that within a blink of an eye and a snap of a finger, users form an opinion about your website? This is a bit off tangent, but here's a quote. You can't build a great building on a weak foundation. You must have a solid foundation if you're going to have a strong superstructure. So if you want this predictable client generating system to really work, you must make sure your website has strong foundations, or it'll end up like those houses that just fall apart. So this step 1 is a critical point. Your website must be optimized and set up for lead generation. So how do you optimize your website for lead generation? Well, there are 3 key questions to consider. Question 1, does your website give the impression of an experienced and well-established migration agency? Question 2, to ask yourself, does your website have copy that resonates and clearly articulates your value and positions you as the expert? And question 3, is your website designed and structured to maximize inbound leads and phone calls? So let's unpack this with some examples so you can see the difference of websites that apply these points and ones that don't. We will use partner visa focused web pages as examples. Example number 1. Here is an example of a partner visa specific page. So what's your first impression of the design and layout? To me, it's kind of plain looking. It seems like a very old website. I can't see a logo. In general, it doesn't seem to give the impression of an authority or an experienced company. There isn't really a strong call to action. I can't see a compelling reason for me to call the phone number on this page or anything that would motivate me to do that. Example number 2. What's your impression of the design and layout of this one? To me, again, it's kind of plain. The design's a bit more modern, but there's no images. There is a call to action which says book your free consultation, which is good. But if I wanted to call, I can't see a phone number. And in terms of layout, there isn't a form where I can put my name, phone, and email, for them to contact me. Example number 3. So what's your impression of the design and layout of this one? To me, immediately, it looks good, it's clear. Within seconds, I know this page is about solving my partner visa issue. It's got high quality design and images. It has a compelling headline. Are you ready to begin your life in Australia? By layout, it's pretty good. It's, I can see the phone number very clearly, and without even having to scroll, I can put my phone, email, and name. Example number 4. What's your impression of this one? Again, similar to the last one, it looks professional. It's pretty good. Very clear message. It has a compelling headline as well. Uniting couples for good. The image seems to evoke some type of emotion, of two people getting together, which is really good. The layout is pretty good again. Phone number is very clear. I can see the form without even having to scroll again. I can leave my details. So coming back to this point, within a blink of an eye, people form an opinion about your website. Looking at those 4 examples, you should be able to see the impact that a quality website can have in terms of driving appointments, building the impression of an established company that can solve the client's problem. So just to sum up, 3 questions you should ask yourself about your own website. 1. Does your website give the impression of an authority and a well-established brand? 2. Does it have compelling sales copy that drives visitors to take action and contact you? 3. Is the design and structure set up to maximize getting users' name, phone, and email? And is the phone number clearly visible? So don't overlook the importance of optimizing your website. By making the necessary changes and upgrades to websites for our clients, we've seen in some cases an immediate 3x increase in conversion rate, which means way more clients every month. So now that we have covered making sure your website is up to scratch, step 2 is to get appointments and clients every month predictably via Google Ads. So why Google Ads? Google is still the number 1 place everyone goes for answers, and that's the same for anyone that has a migration concern or problem that needs to be fixed. Let's use an example when someone searches to solve their, let's say, partner visa problem. As you can see in the example, usually the first 4 listings in Google are ads. These 4 have the best possible chance of getting more appointments and clients simply because they are the first that your prospect can see. So how many people are actually looking to solve their visa problems in Google every month? Here are some examples of the amount of search volume every month in Google of someone who's searching, migration-related search terms. These individuals are people specifically looking to solve their immigration problems every single month. Now imagine if you can get in front of these highly qualified individuals. Now this is how you start to get clients predictably every month. So what are the benefits of Google Ads? Well, start driving appointments and clients predictably within days. If done well, you could get a return of 3 to 10x on your ad spend. What about the negatives? Well, it does take time and effort to set up and manage, and usually it requires an expert, who's really specialized in doing this kind of stuff. And if it's not done properly, it can definitely be very expensive and you can waste a lot of money if the campaigns are not managed really well. which is why I'm going to break down the 4 fundamental steps you should be aware of so that you don't end up wasting money and getting no results. So step 1 is to define the ideal client you want to target. So let's use an example and define the target client is someone who wants to solve their partner visa problem. So that's step 1. Step 2 is figuring out what these ideal clients would actually type in Google. So as you can see, some of the obvious are, partner visa, spouse visa, de facto visa. You can compile a list of all the highly relevant keywords you think that the ideal prospect would actually type. And that would cover step 2. So now in step 3, you need to come up with a compelling and resonating ad that is specifically for those individuals we are targeting. So again, in this case, what type of ad would resonate with someone looking to solve their partner visa problem? And they actually were someone that specifically typed in partner visa in Google, and then they see an ad, what would actually resonate with them? So to demonstrate this, I've come up with 2 ads that I just saw, and let's see what you think. So the first ad has the headline, Australian visas, working visa. So immediately I would skip over this since it's not really relevant to me. It's talking about working visa. It's got nothing to do with what I typed. Alright, now let's look at the example 2. What's the headline? The partner visa specialist. We unite couples for good. So all of a sudden, alright, this seems very relevant to me. I might probably end up clicking on this one. I mean, definitely, if I compare this second one to the first one, it's clearly, way more relevant. So this should demonstrate, the importance of making sure that your ad copy really resonates with the audience you're targeting. So now in step 4, once an ad is clicked, you are then directed to a web page. The ideal page should be very relevant to what I'm looking for. So for this example, it should be about partner visa and how I can fix my partner visa problem. For example, if I ended up clicking on ad 1, which was talking about working visa, the page I would land on is in this example. As you can see, it's not really relevant again. It's not really talking about partner visa. So most likely I'll just look at it for a second, click back, and these guys have actually lost some money because they've spent on me clicking that ad. So it's because it's not targeted. That's what happens. But let's say I clicked on the second ad, I would land on this page. Now this is clearly relevant and hitting on exactly what I'm looking for. It's talking about partner visa. I'm way more likely to call or leave my information on this site. This, along with the fundamentals of how the page looks really professional, it's got a form, it's got a phone number, is going to make sure there's a high chance of me leaving my information or calling them. So I would give this one a tick of being very relevant and targeted. So in summary, these are the 4 steps to make sure you consider when you're going through your Google AdWords strategy. So number 1, define your target audience. Number 2, pick the relevant keywords that this audience would actually type in Google, and have an ad that would resonate with this target audience, which will lead to a high click-through, which, for advanced, it actually gives you a lower cost as well. And number 4, have a tailored web page specifically for this target audience. This web page should have a resonating message and be designed to get maximum inquiries and phone calls. By implementing these 4 steps for all your core services, like, partner visa, skilled migration, like all the different visas. If you do these 4 steps for all of them that you are really focused on, you'll significantly increase your migration inquiries and paying clients on a monthly basis. And the best part is if you do this properly, it'll be a predictable way of getting consistent clients every month. Okay, step 3, get clients every month predictably via Facebook ads. So why Facebook ads? Apart from the fact that it's the biggest social media platform and practically everyone is on it, it actually offers targeting capabilities and audience segmentations that just actually isn't possible via any other advertising platform. You can target by age, gender, language, where the location, relationship status, education, interests, and the list goes on. Really, you can go really, really targeted. By using all these options, we can have a laser focus and target, your ideal migration clients. For example, partner visa. So what are the benefits of Facebook ads? Well, similar to, Google, it's start driving appointments and clients predictably within days if you do it properly. And if, you can actually get a return of 3 to 10x, if it's done properly. What about the cons? Well, it does take time and effort to set up and manage. Usually does require an expert. It can be expensive if it's not managed properly. And again, this is why I'm going to go through a quick 3-step system you can use to make sure your Facebook ads are done really well. Step 1 is to define the target audience. So let's use partner visa as an example. So think about who this ideal prospect is. Who is someone that's looking for a partner visa? So most likely, they're probably in a relationship, either married, engaged. So, we can use that as one of the targeting metrics. The other thing could be, where exactly is your migration company based? Because you might only want to target people within, let's say, the Sydney region, because you close clients in person, maybe, just depends. So that's one thing you need to take into consideration. And the other thing is, I guess, most of this type of visa is for people that are, not from Australia, obviously. So you can target by language is one way you can target specific type of people. So let's say, for example, we want to target Indians. We could put in a targeting by a language and just put in, whatever the languages that those people would speak. So when you combine these 3 metrics of targeting by language, people in a relationship based in Sydney, all of a sudden you've got kind of a group of people that you can target. This is just an example, but there are a lot of other targeting options such as expats, and there's a lot of interests you can use to target. So yeah, there's a lot of options, but this was just to give a general idea of how you could do it for partner visa. You'd obviously use a different strategy for the other kind of visas. So now that you've decided who you're targeting, the step 2 is to come up with an ad that would resonate with this group of people. So here is an example of a relevant ad that would resonate, since it's clearly about partner visa. So as you can see, there's a couple in the image. It's got a clear headline, ask the partner visa experts, inquire today, and there's a bit of a blurb about, not sure whether you or your loved one qualify for a partner visa. It's very relevant, So that would be a tick for being in terms of relevance. So now this 3rd step is to make sure the web page that the ad actually links to is also highly relevant, and it resonates with the individual. And it's designed to get the maximum conversion rate in terms of inquiries. For example, it should have a good form, clear phone number. And as you can see, for the ad that we just showed, if you click it, this is what landing page you would go to. So it's very clear, it's about partner visa. It's even, saying that they're based in Sydney, and it's got a form. So it's pretty simple. The only thing missing in this is probably a phone number, but otherwise it's pretty really, close to being ideal in terms of relevance. So in summary, these are the 3 key steps to get the best out of your Facebook campaigns. Step 1, define the target audience and the relevant demographic. Step 2, have an ad that resonates with these people. And step 3, for the people that click the ad, make sure that the landing page is got a resonating message and it's, designed in a way to maximize lead generation. You take in all the points we've covered so far, like there's a form, it's a clear message, that evokes emotion and, has a good call to action. So yeah, just make sure it does all those factors and you'll have a good process to follow. So if you actually go ahead and implement this 3-step process for all your core services, I mean like all your different visa services that your business focuses on, you will have a significant increase in your migration inquiries and paying clients on a monthly basis. And similar to Google, if you do this well, it's going to be a predictable way of getting consistent clients every month. So in summary, just to recap this whole 3-step system, Step 1 of the predictable client acquisition system, you got to optimize your website for lead generation. Step 2, get appointments and clients predictably from Google Ads. Step 3, get appointments and clients predictably from Facebook ads. So if you actually go ahead and implement this 3-step process within the next 30 to 90 days, you can actually probably double or triple your total number of inquiries and clients for your migration agency. So you may be wondering, how can I implement a predictable system like this in my migration business and generate 10 to 30 new clients every month? You see, right now I'm looking for a few more of my dream clients where I can help them generate massive results. That's why for a limited time, I would like to work with you in a complimentary marketing strategy session. This will be a free custom tailored one-on-one transformation session with you and me. This is where we really begin working to figure out what you want and how to make it happen in the fastest time possible. Go below right now and click the apply for your free custom tailored one-on-one transformation session now. And I'll talk to you soon.